Good.
Welcome back to Thrive, everybody. We're going to jump right into it and get you up to speed.
Yeah. Just like not even a thing.
Exactly.
Underneath, and then live you can come out.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's going to be cool.
That one's gonna. Well, yeah.
So as we mentioned in the album announcement video, Thrive is a concept album, and it tells the story of moving into a new part in your life and trying to find success there, all the while not losing who you are along those different struggles and those new experiences. So the album tells that story, and every track is just a part of that. You can definitely listen to it out of order and jump around if you want to. Every track can stand alone, and it has its own story.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you listen to it front to back, it would almost seem like one long piece instead of a bunch of songs that were just put one after another. We've been writing it so that each song flows seamlessly into the next one. And in order to do that, we've had to establish the plot pretty early, before we could really even get into the music too much. We decided on 14 songs, almost like 14 important scenes from the story. And until now, we've just been making rough drafts of every song or of every scene.
Yeah, so like Dan will come up with an instrumental idea, I'll come back with some vocal ideas, and we'll decide on a structure for that, and then just fine tune it from there.
Yeah, like I might use placeholder sounds that aren't great, and Mitch might not be totally happy with all of his lyrics, but at this point in the process, we are fine with cutting corners a little bit. Because the most important part is to get it to a certain point where we've kind of established the idea for the song, and we know it fits into the record, and it's just at a level where we could take it later and go through the actual process of going back and forth and making it into a finished song.
Any section that's popping, yeah. As if any of these labels truly bother with or will be bother, right? Turn your back when I'm talking, yeah.
I think that line is also a bit that as if any of these labels.
Yeah, I know.
As if any of. Oh, it's of being on.
Labels.
Of being on.
Any labels really truly bother,
on beat.
Yeah.
As if any major labels truly.
Yeah.
Or not. Obviously, you wouldn't say that, but something where because that part of the triplet is on the beat,
right.
So it's got to be like an accented.
Exactly. But what I was hearing during that part was just like, if he had that melody, like,
This is satisfaction. Well, I think he's gonna keep that.
I like that, and I was just saying like throwing that in the background, but cutting it short at the end. I'm saying even during my fucking parts, like
yeah.
Can't stop, but you're twisting up the ankles.
You just feel better.
116. Yeah, you get the message. 64. 94. 116.
So because we already know the entire story for the album, it's gotten a little bit harder as we've gone on in this process further, just to fill in the gaps of the remaining songs. Because we have to convey the exact right emotion, and we have to set the exact right scene for every single track.
Which is kind of helpful in some ways because it gives us something to focus in on. We're definitely never wanting for ideas to write about, but at the same time, it's pretty difficult to go in and just come up with something that sounds perfect for a pretty specific idea or a pretty specific scene. So we can't just go and blindly make stuff that just sounds cool. It's got to be the right idea. Like this feels like a different. This feels like it needs something unique here.
Yeah, you're right. Just a little note before we get into that. Like those parts, it might even sound like I think it's going to be a matter of nailing it, not relying on the auto-tune.
Yeah,
but I think it will honestly fit into the story at that point if there's a little bit of processing.
Found this though. I like playing with dollars, but I don't know
if it fits.
Well, okay, so if you know what you're talking about there,
Yeah.
I think you should bring back playing with dollars later on. and
Okay.
use it once they get it, because I think that's really good
Mm-hmm.
if you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But if you don't, it could just be like you, like, oh, I'm so rich, I'm saying dollars, like, because that's how people would normally do it. Yeah, and,
Yeah.
but it's staged.
Don't stress the negatives.
Yeah, we want some like background noise type
Yeah.
texture.
Get over the
But I'd like it to just come out of nothing.
Don't stress the negatives in hopes of a better tomorrow.
So we got into a lot of different styles on the record, and we did that to show how the plot was advancing and to show what was happening to the characters and how they were developing. It's also just kind of a symbol for the story in general, kind of as a whole, where all these styles we're taking influence from. They're mirroring these new experiences that the characters are having. So it makes sense to have a really diverse album. For example, some of the tracks have features, some of them are singles, and kind of sound more like singles than the others, and they will be singles. But we didn't just do that because it's an album, and of course you need singles and features. We kind of put them in places in the story where it made a lot of sense, where it would add something, and almost where it was wrong not to.
Yeah, no, for
do
sure. And we've gotten to this point where we're through the slower part of the process, of all the ideas and the planning and all the plot making and whatnot.
The plotting.
Yeah, the plotting. And now we're at the faster part of this process, and it's so exciting because we're getting everything ready for final tracking with both of our vocals, with instruments, and we are, getting it prepared for mixing and then finally mastering. And you guys are a part of this, and we're going to keep you in the loop the whole time. We want your input. So keep an eye out for an email from us during this next month. Thank you again for being a part of the project.
Thank you so much, guys.
And we'll see you next time. All right, give me another clap. Let's get it. Welcome back, everybody. This is Thrive, and I am Ron Burgundy.
That was so wrong.
That was so wrong.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Thrive.
All right, yeah. Come back. We're good. We're still in it.
We don't want to. I feel like
We can.
As long as
It's
take
still
it.
rolling. It's cool.
Yeah, it's just easier.